So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. My name is Christopher. I'm delighted you're here to help me solve this Saturday grid. So looking forward to it. And boy, do I have a big, beautiful Italian bitter spritzer, right? It's just it's a mix of the bitters with some fantastic Prosecco, and it is just such a wonderful treat. It goes great in the summer, but it also has the bitters, which really kind of lend itself nicely to the winter. So, which is exactly what it is here. So it feels, right? So, our wind down word of the day is filipendulous. All right. So this is suspended by a thread. I don't believe I've ever come in contact with this word before, and I'm just so glad that I now have. Filipendulous. It's got that filaments thing there, right? Pendulous, of course, very nice. I'm loving this word. I can think of a number of ways to use it, including when your favorite sports team is barely winning or just barely losing, right? Maybe it could just be the outcome is filipendulous at best. So today in history, in 1995, in film history, Toy Story came out. This is the first feature-length film using computer-generated imagery, and of course it starred Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. I mean, it's a classic, right? I mean, it is an absolute classic. And in 1955, I think RCA made the best investment it ever made, when it bought the Elvis Presley contract from Sun Record recording studio. So, yeah, good on RCA, I suppose. And we got 5 fabulous birthdays for today. In 1744, the world welcomed Abigail Adams. I just love her story. I mean, it really is an amazing one. And just how much truth there is, in the woman behind the man, right? And any sort of success to come from that. Incredible. Anyone familiar with Silas Marner will agree that we should wish a happy birthday from 1819 to George Eliot. And in 1890, General Charles de Gaulle was born. And a happy birthday today. I think she is celebrating her 82nd birthday, and that is Billie Jean King, a very big name in the crossword, as we all will know. And in 1958, the world said hello for the first time to Jamie Lee Curtis, and that's a pretty good wrap of celebrated birthdays for the day, right? So let's hop into our grid and see what we've got. And it looks like we have a blank Slonecker. Crossword royalty, right there. Yeah, that's here we go. Crossword royalty. Good stuff. Oh, there we go. Edited by Will Shorts. So let's see. Let's hop into this thing and see what we've got for the day. So one of 843 in New York's 50 across. If I'm looking at 50 across, 1 across, I'm thinking acre, not Accra. And let me find my mouse. So let's go ahead and put Central Park in here. And then we can go to checking it. But I have a feeling that's what we're looking for here in this grid. So very nice. Let's go here. So a soft shade, no idea. A foreign exchange, question mark, no idea just yet. One of 4 tarot suits. So let's see. I think I'm going to go with cups. Half of live with Kelly and Mark. I'm assuming this is still Kelly Ripa. We don't get that here in Germany. I'm sure I could find it on YouTube, but we kind of get wrapped up with Morning Joe when it's dinner time, so it's kind of, yeah. You pick the shows that you want to see. All right, so, and delightful locales, got an E going with Edens. And let's see if we have ourselves anchored into the Northwest here. So a foreign exchange. It looks like quid pro quo, which is Latin for exchange. So that kind of works out, I think. I guess you'd call that pretty foreign, right? Quid pro quo. Let's see. Give me a sec. Maybe that BRB, be right back. End of a set in mathematics. Is that an upper bound? Maybe. But you talk about dragging me back. Drenched. Like most of Mauritania and Malaysia, religiously Sunni, and smooths, maybe sands. Laxity could be looseness. So I think that 5 across at the top may be too blessed to sprinkle with oil, and that would make drenched pretty much sodden, which is going to be my state after about 4 of these. I'll be pretty sodden, all right. This is what they call in Germany a gin and tonic glass. And I like a gin and tonic. This is from Villeroy and Bosch. It's a crystal goblet. I rather enjoy it. Might be better with a straw. Like I've got a sundry number of glass and metal straws around here. They don't do paper here in Europe. But yeah, or plastic, I should say. But I don't know, kind of just drinking out of things just fine, right? You know, so lichen could be equated. I just got to stop here and just say, Blake Slonecker. You built a really challenging grid today, and I'm loving this, man. This is fantastic. Bravo to you. Eagle pose. How about Asana? So, decapod with 3 pairs of claws. If I had to guess, I'd say a prawn. Let's see. Number of Academy Award noms for Best Doctor received by Laurence Olivier. Probably 9, I'm assuming, or none, I guess. No, I'm fairly certain he's got an Academy Award or more. Greenland. Booze. Oh. Yeah, we're probably talking about maybe sweetie pies. Sweetie pies? Yeah, I didn't think about that, Boo. Hey, Boo. I call mine Schatzi, which is a bit of a commonplace banality here in Germany, but it's not so commonplace for a couple of Yanks. So that's why we go with that one. Seafoam could be, I don't know, spume. Spume. Actress Kelly of Netflix's 3-Body Problem, and I haven't got a clue. I've seen it because I know that Shotzi likes the show. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I hear it's Chinese, and I would like to see it. Poked could be nudged. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about these. Let's go ahead and finish out this one line here. It borders Canada for 45 miles. I'm assuming that's Idaho. So it seems like is it Marlowe or something? I know I've seen the name. I didn't commit it to memory for some reason. Opening on a frozen lake, and this is, yes, that's what it's called. It's just simply an ice hole, which, depending on what part of the country you're in, could sound like you're saying something different. But nevertheless, an ice hole. I know I had lots of uncles and aunts up in Iowa from my Opa's side of the family when I was growing up. And when we went up there for Christmas one time, it literally took us out to this ginormous pond. I don't think it was a lake. It was a big pond, and they had chainsawed an ice hole. And they were just in there fishing and cutting up, I guess. Seemed really cold to a third grader. Third grade Christopher thought it was kind of cold, but it was fine. Many a sports bet could be an over, kind of figuring that. Anthony Blank, author of 2021's Cloud Cuckoo Land, and I think that's Door. I think, again, only read the name, read about his work, didn't ever see an interview, don't really know how he pronounces his name. Missed the mark, could be to air. Cab driver, so is this a W up here? Sisters, commitments, could be vows. And did a number, say maybe sang. Let's check that G, lol, oh, I don't know. Outdoor setting for Plato's Academy, and that would be an olive grove. So, C47 across, all right. Essayist who wrote, if you wrest my words beyond their fair construction, it is you, not I, that are the April Fool. Is that Elia? I don't remember. Howard, who wrote A People's History of the United States. I think that was Cin-Cin. And I think, yeah, we got ourselves a wine cellar, which kind of came to me. So we do indeed have this Kelly Marlowe, or is it Marlowe Kelly? I don't know. It says actress, so I'm going to go with Kelly Marlowe. No, I've read about it. Beverage that Ray Charles once touted as the right one. You got the right one, baby. Yeah, that was Diet Pepsi. I remember jingles like you would not believe. I've written my fair share of them. In fact, when I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is usually once a year when I go back to the States, if I'm at a friend's house and they're watching cable, I can almost guarantee I'll hear a couple of jingles with me singing them, right, for various commercials when I was a young ad exec. I tell you what, it's so good. The work I did was so good that they just stay on the air. Or why fix something that ain't broken? Probably more like it, I'm not sure. Kind of butter used in lotions could be shea butter. Precious in Italy would be cara. And I get it more of a Spanish rolling R, didn't I? Cara. But regardless. With 10 down again in Acapulco, otra vez. Very nice. Shady shelter. Wow, maybe an arbor? I guess that would be a pretty good shelter. Imagine if the trees, the leaves maybe keep, I don't know. Get on. Boy, that's a good Campari. Spritz there. Yogurt braised Indian entree. I think we're probably looking maybe for korma. So get on. Dutch soccer club that shares its name with a cleaning brand, and I guess we're talking about Ajax, and so X or Y often an axis perhaps, and 52 down go with would probably be roti. And I think get on is to board. That's clever too. Very clever stuff, Blake Slonecker. I'm loving this grid. Causes some laundry mishaps. Probably dies. Let's see what we've got here now. Exhibit hoppiness. Jump for joy? Are we going to jump for joy? Everybody's jump. Peat source could be a fen, a bog. Red square present since 1924. I'm assuming linen. Toothache medication. Isn't that Aura gel? That works for linen. Or maybe that's just my cognitive bias trying to make that L work because I guessed linen. I don't know. Llama, as an example, would be a holy man. And disappearing ink vessel. Okay, how about eraser mate? Very good stuff. The problem I always have with eraser mates, and it came out when I was like in 3rd grade, 4th grade, something like that. And it was kind of a cool thing. You write pen, and you could be able to erase it. But the issue was, it didn't ever really dry. I mean, They had, I don't know, they had something in the ink. I think they actually put like latex in the ink so that it just wouldn't dry, and therefore you could erase it, but then it was a smudgy mess, right? So I don't know. Sky Shade would be Azure. Ruthless Records co-founder would be Eazy-E, because the Boys in the Hood is always hard. That's right. They are. And that's why we don't mess with them. Love Eazy-E. I mean, gosh, it was just incredible. And I was in junior high and high school when NWA, everything came out, the Sugar Hill Gang. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It was just an explosion of hip hop and rap, and it was just awesome. It just went with everything. I loved it. Love it, I should say, right? Medium for some ephemeral art. Ephemeral. Are we talking a latte, maybe? I love it. Greenland. Okay, how about Air? Air. So, Ireland. Chris Red, 5-Star Night Live. All right, so, man, I'm hoping. Have I been checking along the way, or did I fat finger something and just not realize it? You can tell me. I mean, scream it loud. Maybe I can hear you in the future. Perhaps. I know when Queen Sue does, I normally do hear her. Certain miniature vehicle informally. Eponym of a renamed New York City bridge. I think this was the RFK bridge. Wasn't there some question of funding for that thing? I mean, yeah. Is this a C? Yeah, Stony could be cold. We got RC car here. That's one of the oldies but goodies here. Many Haitians could be Creoles. And Charles, co-founder of Cablevision and HBO, and I think that's Dolan. I'm almost positive it's Dolan. Let's see. Transit option since 2000, and that would be the Acela. I used to do, just a couple of years ago, I used to do a really cool, funny little bit, because, you know, Joe Biden was all about the Amtraks, and I used to lobby for them back in the early 2000s before 9/11. And yeah, I had a really good routine because I do impressions and whatnot, right? You know, but I don't really remember what it was all about, you know. Oh yeah, man, you just take the seat. I mean, I don't know what I was doing, but it was pretty good. It got a few laughs. Telekinetic intimidation tactic used in the Star Wars universe. Is that the Force choke? Your lack of faith. Your lack of faith or something. I don't know if it's a joke or not, though. I don't remember. Counterpart of please, maybe thanks. And get that X in there. We got a lot of X. I mean, it's crazy. We got Z's. We got. This is good stuff. Offering to a teary person. I guess, or a Kleenex box. More X's now. Booth in Times Square. I have no idea. Only player with 2 numbers retired by the LA Lakers would be Kobe. Superlative ending. How can I not put in est and then checked that? So a heat transfer. Ooh. Blank blank XT. Could this be a sext? And I think we've got a force choke here. I really do. They cut bout short for short. So these would be TKOs. And here we've got TKTS with the TKOs. That's kind of a fun thing. I don't know. Did we fat finger something? Probably. How do we do, Bob? Lucky us. Lucky us. What a beautiful grid, Blake Slonecker. This is fabulous. This is absolutely fabulous. I'm looking at all of these letters. I mean, you figured out a way to get in 2 Q's that I can see. Got Z's here. Oh man, I mean, if this were, if this were a Scrabble game, we'd be set, wouldn't we? I mean, this is crazy. I just got to know one thing. First of all, Blake, Slonecker, did you do this on graph paper? Right? I mean, I'm just wondering. This is really good. This seems like how I construct mine. I don't like the apps. I like to just start with an Excel sheet, and then I create my pattern, and then I just start filling in and working stuff. And it takes months and months, but when it's over, it's over. It's good. It feels great. But this is fabulous. This is a fabulous grid. Now, all we have to do is hope that tomorrow we get just as good as Sunday to make it the perfect week. We have had nothing but fabulous grids since Monday on. I mean, the New York Times, this is why you set the bar across the board, right? There's no question about it. It's the world's finest crossword. There's no question. Bravo, Blake Slonecker. Let's bring down our banner here, Dad, do. And what a day. What a day it's been. We got up. We went to the sauna. After we did a couple of errands, we went to the little indoor flea market, did a few other things. I mean, it's really gotten cold here. We're talking, if I'm doing the math in my head, converting from centigrade to Fahrenheit, I would have to say we're probably in the 20s. And it was sunny today. But man, when we got out of the Aufguss, out of the sauna, when they do the big shows, it's usually about 10, 15 minutes long, and boy, it's hot, and they got everybody just drenched and whatnot. And you walk out, and you take a quick shower real quick, you rinse off, right? I mean, clothing is not allowed in these places. It is strictly forbidden for sanitation reasons, and then everybody jumping in that pool, and I did the same thing. And I got to tell you right now that it just hurts. I know it's good for me. And I know it's fantastic for my mitochondria. I know it's great for burning energy and all that good stuff. But man, that was cold. So just an FYI on that. So until we see you tomorrow for our Sunday grid, that ginormous beauty better be amazing, right? It's just got to be, right? Then we got 7 straight days of amazing grids. But until we see you then, auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Que tengas unos lindos días. Masalam, Annyeonghaseyo, and Hengaplai to our friends in Vietnam. I'm always glad to see that we've got viewers all around the world. It really is a cosmopolitan affair here. So just remember, be nice to your mother, always, right? That's kind of an important thing. And remember those thick foreign accents. Oh, yeah. That just means you're just meeting someone with the heart of a lion, en cœur de lion. And so, last but not least, it's just really critical that we always remember the statement, I stand with my fellow humans, is not partisan at all, right? That's just being a good human. Cheers. Be well out there.